Yeah.
Les, I've got some non-tennis stories for you. You said you enjoyed hearing those, so I've got a couple of them for you. And the first one is that in college in Washington and Lee, Washington and Lee played Division I soccer against teams like North Carolina, Maryland, Virginia, and a whole bunch of big teams. And my two most spectacular goals in all my soccer career were scored at W&L, and they were mistakes. Yes, the two most best goals I ever scored were mistakes. The first one was I got hold of a ball right over midfield. I think we were playing what's now known as Virginia Commonwealth University. Virginia Commonwealth University is in Richmond, and I got hold of a loose ball right over midfield, and of course, typical fashion, there was nobody up on our forward line to help me, and I was immediately surrounded by three defenders, one directly in front of me and one on each side of me, and nowhere to go and nobody to help me out I could pass to or anything. And so in typical style, I decided, well, I'm going to just kick this ball as hard as I can right into the stomach of the defender in front of me. And that was entirely consistent with my attitude, because I always set out to try to intimidate the defenders. And so I hauled off at point blank range, kicked the ball as hard as I could, right at the midsection of the guy in front of me. And I don't know how I missed, but I missed him. I don't see how it was possible, but I missed him. And the ball went 45 yards into the goal. The goal guard was obviously asleep. Why wouldn't he be? The ball was nowhere near him, and he probably was sheltered. I mean, hidden. The ball was probably already well on its way before he even had time to react. And of course, I was congratulated for this incredible goal, and there was no sense in my running around saying, oh, it was all a big excuse. I mean, all a big mistake. So I accepted all the plaudits of my teammates. And the second goal was against the University of North Carolina. They were up at Washington and Lee, and we were playing on the football field, which was where we always played our soccer match in the stadium, a very modest stadium, but nevertheless the stadium. And it was all out and match. And I temporarily switched positions with the wingman and took the ball down the right sideline with the idea of centering it. I was going to try to hook it into the center, which is the basic soccer play, and hopefully we'd have somebody up who maybe could make a crack at scoring a goal. But I couldn't get free of the defender. I couldn't get free. I finally got free practically when I was going over the end line, and I had no chance of centering the ball, and so I did the best I could. I kicked, and guess what? I scored a goal. I had about 2 foot opening. It sailed over the top of the goal guard, who was totally ready. He leaped way into the air. He couldn't reach the ball, and the ball went into the far corner, upper corner. And incidentally, we won that game 2-1, and that was the winning goal. I scored both goals. And of course, I got mugged by everybody for that spectacular goal, and it was a mistake. And well, I took the plaudits of the crowd. But I'd say this, Les, after that game, I was down changing in the locker room. I've never seen this or heard of this before, but I was down there, and I'm 3/4 naked. And who who the heck shows up in our locker room but the referee? The referee he came down the aisle to me, and he said, I want to tell you that you were the best soccer player on the field today. And then he turned around and left. And I've never heard of anybody getting complimented by the referee, particularly in that deliberate way. But that was my most spectacular goal, and it was a mistake. I tell you, I'm positive I could be out there and try that shot for the rest of my life unguarded, and I couldn't make it. So anyway, that's one story, and I have one more soccer story to tell you, and I'll tell you in a minute.